Streaming. We are there. Finally. 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 We are there. I am now live on the line. Live online. Hello, YouTube. Hello, YouTube. All these technical difficulties trying to be able to live stream to you. And now I got it to work. Finally. Oh, wow. Finally got it to live stream. So we are here. I'm a private investigator and process server in Sacramento. My name is Lance, and I'm here to taking you on a ride along so you can see what a process server does. I'm here on a ride along so you can see what a process server does. So give me a few more minutes. I've got a couple more little technical things I'm trying to work out to get this system working. I tried to do it all from my phone, and it just wouldn't work right. It just wouldn't work right. It just wouldn't work right. So we had to break out my laptop, connect it to my phone in order to get it to work. And so now I'm trying to connect it to Facebook also. So just give me a minute here. Oh man, this stuff is complicated. Complicated. Let's see here. How do I connect it to you here? So copy. Let's go to the Facebook platform. Edit. Got it. So we're going to delete it, remove it. Are you sure you want to remove it? Yes, I'm sure. Okay. So hello, people. How you doing? My name is Lance. I am a Sacramento private investigator and process server. And we're on a ride along. You get to hang out with me today as I'm out here serving documents. I'm answering my phone today, so we might get a few calls while it's going on, while we're on this ride along. And if we get some calls, you can see how I handle it. So if you do me a favor, if you want to, if you could, oh, there's a call as we speak. As we speak, let's see what's going on here. Lance Casey and Associates. It depends on the state, but yes, you can. So what you got to do is okay, is it a Georgia plate? Okay, so what I want you to do, because I don't have the list of states, because not all states do it. If you could email me your information and the license plate and the VIN, and then when I get back to the office, I'll check my list to see if that's one of the states that we can get the information for. And then once I find it, I'll send you an invoice and you just pay it. It's $29 if I can find the registered owner's information for you. Okay, you ready? It's info at lancecasey.com. LANCECASEY. Correct. LANCECASEY.com. Okay. And I won't be there till this evening because I'm in the field on a surveillance right now. And so once I get back in, I'll be able to find it for you. Okay. Bye bye. Okay, as a private investigator, I get calls from people who are looking to get the registered owner's information on vehicles. And so that's what that call was somebody um, wanted the ownership information of a car. So as long as they have a permissible purpose, I'll be able to get that for them. And so basically, let me do a couple things on my computer here, my little phone. So literally, I'm live streaming from my laptop, connected to my cellular data hotspot. That was the way I had to be able to get this live stream to go through. I was trying to do it with just a phone. I even went and bought a brand new phone and everything, and downloaded a new app, and it didn't work. So we're doing it old school. We're doing it old school right now. And so we're here in Sacramento, and we're gonna be serving some documents to Corporation Service Company doing business as CSC Lawyers Incorporating Service. And I'm going to get the list of business for you right here in a second. And basically, when you're serving a registered agent, all you do is you walk in, hand it to the person at the front desk, and then you write their name down and you leave. It's that simple. And so I don't know if you're a process server or not yourself, but process serving is a pretty decent business. It's a business that there is always a need. There's always a need for process servers. Because if you think about it, how many course cases get filed in court every day? How many court cases get filed in court every day? And how many courts are there? Like in Sacramento, there are several courts. You've got civil court for lawsuits. You have small claims court. You've got family law court. You've got probate court. You've got unlawful detainers, which are eviction court. There's all these courts, and all these cases are filed just in Sacramento County, and all of them have to be served. And people call me every day to serve their documents. Now you got to do a lot of things online to get it so that your websites show up so that people will call you. But once you have that going, um, your phone will start ringing. Like we got our phone, we're answering phone today, so you'll see that if we get some calls coming in here. And so we're waiting on somebody to send us over a restraining order. They want to serve a restraining order on their brother who lives in the same house as them. And so we're just waiting on the documents because they dropped him off with the sheriff, because the sheriff will serve documents for you, but they have a 3-week delay. And so they're going to go back to the sheriff's department to try to get a copy of get those documents back, and then they're going to email them to me. And then what I'll do is send them an invoice for them to pay, and then I'll go serve the documents, fill out a proof of service form, and then give that back to the client so that they can file that with the court. And so process servers in California have to register. There's no educational requirements, but you have to register at your local recorder's office. And what you do is you go to the recorder's office in your county, you fill out a process server application, you get a process server bond, and you get a live scan fingerprint, and you get one of those little passport photos, and then you're a process server. But it's like, now what? You don't know what to do because there's steps involved, there's legalities involved. Now, I'm no attorney, I'm a private investigator and a process server, and but this is what I do every day. I go deliver documents to people, businesses, and government agencies. Those are my 3 things: people, businesses, and government agencies. Today we've got some 4 cases going to businesses: Apartment Investment and Management Company, Home River California Property Management. We got 2 being served to Home River. And then actually we just got 3. I'm sorry, we only got 3 today. 3 going to one location. That location is Corporation Service Company doing business as CSC lawyers, and we serve documents to them every day because that's one of our niches. We niche mark as a process server so that we can get clients for that location because people serve them every day. So people might want to know, what does it take to become a process server, or how to become a process server. Either up in my bio here, if you're on TikTok, or if you're on YouTube, in the description is a link where I'll give you a free copy of my book titled How to Become a Process Server. It's free. I normally sell it on Amazon, but I'll give it to you for free. Just click the link. It'll go to my website. Give me your email address, and I'll give you a copy of the book. It's that quick and easy. And so, is anybody here process servers already? Because this is a great opportunity, because I train process servers. I actually have an online course where I teach people how to become a process server, who to serve, how to serve, and how to fill out the paperwork. Because you got to know what you're doing. Because literally, if I have these documents here, which is a small claims, and I have to deliver the documents to the correct person, but you have to know what a serve is. Can I knock on the door and leave it with the 5-year-old? I don't know. You can't. That's not a good serve. But could I leave it with the neighbors? No, you can't. That's not a good serve. And these are things that you need to learn, when you're out there serving people, because what you're doing is you are actually completing what's called service of process. And what service of process is it notifies another party that they're involved in a case, either the criminal case, the family law case, or whatever type of case it is. You're notifying them that they're involved in the case. That's service of process. And process servers provide service of process. So I am going to go provide service of process on three different cases here at their registered agent. In California, if you have a corporation or LLC, you have to designate a registered agent for service of process. And so that's where I'm at. I'm at a location that is a registered agent for service of process of multiple companies like Wells Fargo, Meta, used to be Facebook, Airbnb, Wells Fargo. They're the registered agent of multiple companies. So just think, how many times are people serving those companies every day? Airbnb gets served a lot. So does Wells Fargo. They get served a whole lot. And I'm here every day delivering papers to this company. And I get papers that go to people as well. Like, I'm waiting on this restraining order. And I've got a couple other people that I'm waiting on their documents to come in. And once their documents come, if they come while I'm on the live stream, you'll see me how I take my phone. Where is my phone at? I'll take my phone. I'll email the client an invoice from my phone. Then I will forward the documents to FedEx. Was it Print and Go? Once they pay, I'll go to FedEx Print and Go, print the documents, create a file, which will look like this. It's pretty simple, nothing fancy, just a manila folder. Create a file. Okay. Then I will enter their information into my process server database, which is case number, the court address, the plaintiff, the defendant, the court date, the recipient, because sometimes the plaintiff and the defendant are not the recipient. Sometimes it's a different party that's the recipient. The address for service of process, and the client that hired me. Then it'll be put in my process server database. Then I'll go to the database, bring up the Google Maps. It'll give me directions to get there. I'll go serve the documents, or attempt to serve, because sometimes you don't get them all the time. Sometimes you just, you make an attempt. But I'll go to that address, knock on the door. The person's there, give them the copy of the documents. And then if they're not there, I will then go back to my car, take a picture of the house, and then I will go to my process server software and type in what happened. And it's basically has some check boxes. And if I served, I click check served. If I made it, nobody answered, I click nobody answered the door. And then I'll upload an image of the house. And then what I'll do is submit it. And then that gets emailed to the client. And the client then knows what's going on. So they don't have to be calling me. What happened with my case? Did you serve my case yet? There's none of that. There's none of that. I don't, it's all, because that was one of my things. I would be doing something and then I get a client calling me, what's going on with my case? What's going on with my case? And I'm like, which case is it? I got so many going. So if they call me now, what's going on with my case? Well, you check your email because you get email notifications every time I do something. You get an email notification every time I do something. So that frees up a lot of my time of having to do that uh, phone calls. I don't like handling phone calls like that. I want to answer your call when you call me. I want to get the money. I want to get your documents. I'll go serve them, get you that proof of service form, and get it back to you to file with the court. So people ask, how much do process servers make? Well, it depends on your area. You got to kind of do a little research on your area. If you go to Google, type in process server in your area, you'll see some process server websites show up. And you look, what you want to do is contact them or go to their website to see how much they're charging. Okay, so that's kind of a competition analysis so you can see how much money they're getting per serve. Now, in my area, as of 2022, my serves are $125 up. So these 3 cases that I'm going to go do today, these 3 cases, $125 for each one. Now, if the restraining order comes through, I charge $250 for restraining orders, and then everything else is $150. That's how much I charge as a process server. So really, it's up to you to get your own clients, because you could work for one of those large companies like ABC Legal, and but they don't pay enough for me. Even though because they're one of the main, they get a lot of cases and they might give you 10 cases a day. So that might be okay, but they just don't pay enough. They pay $25, $30 and they want you to go 6 attempts. My fee gets you 3 attempts. So that, unless it's this location here where I'm at now, it's 1 attempt because they're always open. They're open from 8 to 4. Monday through Friday. They're closed on certain holidays, but they're open from 8 to 4. So it's pretty simple. Like if I'm going to Department of Motor Vehicles, 1 trip. I get people are always serving them or submitting, you know, uh, what is it? Not lawsuit papers, but subpoenas for records to DMV. That's one of my niches. I got websites. I make content online. And so, so what do I do to get my process server clients? Let me kind of stop a little bit about how you can become a process server. If you go to the description or in this bio up or click there and go to my bio, there's a link where I'm giving away a free ebook titled How to Become a Process Server. And that covers all 50 states because each state is different what the requirements are to become a process server. And then if you want some training, I have a course that I have also on how to become a process server where I can teach you who to serve, how to fill out the paperwork. And the most important part is how to get your process server clients. That's the most important part of the business. That's the hardest part of the business, is getting process server clients. So this is what I do to get clients. Sometimes I'll pay for advertising, not much, but sometimes I'll pay for advertising. But most of the 99.9% of my work to attract clients is building websites, WordPress websites, posting on social media, making videos. That's what I do to get my process server clients. So WordPress websites. I build WordPress websites. I don't pay people to do it. I do it myself. I have multiple websites. Most of the websites are targeting specific niches. Like this location that we're at right now, where we got this 3 to go at one time, is one of my niches. So what I'm gonna do is when I'm getting ready to go serve these documents, I will make a video with my cell phone, basically saying, if you need to serve documents to this company, give me a call. Literally, that's how the video will go. If you need to serve documents to this company, give me a call. I'll make that video. I'll upload that video to YouTube, my YouTube channel, and I'll title the description, or the title will include the company that I'm serving. And then in the description, it'll include the company that I'm serving and the the registered agent's name and address, because those are all keywords. Because that's one of the things that you got to do keyword research to determine the keywords that people are searching for around your niche. So my niche is corporation service company doing business as CSC Lawyers Incorporating Service, located at 2710 Gateway Oaks Drive, Suite 150 in Sacramento, California, 95833. That's my niche. People search those keywords into Google and my websites pop up. My videos pop up. That's my niche. DMV, one of my niches. Contractor State License Board, one of my niches. Those are my niches. I love the niches because it's easier to rank for those than for Process Server Sacramento. It's harder to rank for that, but it's a lot easier to rank for how to serve a deposition subpoena to Wells Fargo Bank. That's better. And so that's what I do. So it's WordPress websites. I'm on LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn is another powerful one where you can network with the people that hire process servers, because most of my work comes from paralegals, legal assistants, and attorneys that are not local, and they find me on my social media channels. They find my websites, or I've networked with them on LinkedIn. So literally, I'll be on LinkedIn if I'm doing something where I'm just sitting there for a while. I'll go to LinkedIn on my phone, search for paralegals in California, and I send them connection requests. Just send a bunch of connection requests, and then and then LinkedIn limits how many that you can send, but I'll send all these connection requests until they tell me I can't send any more. Then I got to wait a week to send some more, but I'll send those connection requests. And what'll happen is they'll connect back with me. And so then they'll start to see some of the posts. So when I post things that I'm doing, because I just basically document my day, they'll see, oh, this process server, he went to CSC Lawyers and served homes. What is this place we're going? He served Home River California Property Management. And then they'll see another post the next day. Oh, that same process server went to that location and served Wells Fargo Bank. And go to the next day, they'll say, oh, he served this location, or he did a restraining order. It's just documenting my day. That's how I get content to put online. Because literally, I spend more time working on the marketing than the business itself. I spend about 20% of the time actually out here serving people. The other part of the time is spent making content online, because I want my phone to ring. My phone rings a lot every day from people looking to hire process servers. And that's how I make my living, is online, from marketing my business online. So you're going to need to learn how to make WordPress websites. If you look at my channel, I have a video on there of me building a process server WordPress website. And make sure that you subscribe to my channel on YouTube and click the bell notification button, because I'm going to be making more videos on marketing your process server business. Because becoming a process server is the easy part. I mean, literally in California, you just go pay some money, get your fingerprint, you got a clean record, you're a process server. The hard part is getting the people to call you, unless you want the little chump change them companies is paying, but I don't. I want to make my own money. So the hard part is getting them to call you. And if you want to ask me any questions, you can reach out to me via email or social media. I've got a couple social media groups for process servers where you can learn, how to market your business a little better. And then one of the things that I do too is because I get calls for serving documents nationwide because I build a lot of content and I get calls nationwide, especially serving this company here. They got locations in every state. Corporation Service Company has a location in every state. So I'll get a call from Texas or Washington or Florida that need to serve documents there. So what I do is if you're in my network, I will reach out to you via social media and says, hey, you want to get I got a serve to serve Wells Fargo at their registered agent in Florida. Do you want it? But you got to be a part of my network. So if you go to my profile, you go to my website. There's links to my social media channels, so you can join my networks, and then you get the opportunity to get some of the extra to work that I don't want because it's out of my area. Because I only serve in Sacramento. Basically, that's my goal. Is I serve in Sacramento, but I get serves Seaside, Los Angeles, going to CT Corporation. I mean, because I niche market to the registered agents because that's the easiest ones to get because they get served all day, every day. That's what they get served. You'll see people walking in there with stacks like this, serving these registered agents. And it's like, what if that was you? And that was 100 of them. And each one gave you $125 for one trip. For one trip. What we got here? Hey, somebody's responding. Huh? Okay. I can respond on here. The ghost. Hey, Lance. Let me go on and respond to these people here. Yeah. So that's being a process server, and that's basically what I do is just deliver documents. It's not a hard job. It's um every now and then. What happened? Did I cover up the screen or something? It's not hard to do. Sometimes you might get to the location where it's got a fence around it with a padlock and you can't even get to the door. What do you do? What do you do? You just got the common sense. Honk your horn, bang on the fence a little bit, get out front, wave your papers. Maybe they'll see you. But then but here's the thing. You may not be able to serve them. Sometimes you can't get them, but because there's no guarantee that you can serve a person, sometimes you can't get them. They won't open the door. You can't get through the gate because they got a big dog. Because the whole point is the client is paying you to make attempts. They're not paying you to actually get them served. Yes, I serve all kinds of papers: restraining orders, child custody papers, divorce papers, small claims papers, summons and complaint, deposition subpoenas, um, federal lawsuit papers. I serve all kinds of papers. And and basically the client emails me a copy or mails the copy to me, and I'll send them an invoice and they pay me, and then I'll go serve the papers. And I make attempts. There's no guarantee. Like I was saying, there's no guarantee that you'll get the person. And some of your clients, they get mad and they'll be like, well, you couldn't serve them? Well, no. I went 3 times on 3 different days, knocked in the door, attempted to serve the documents. They wouldn't open the door. Uh, There's nothing much more you can do. But when I do that, I fill out what's called a declaration of non-service to give to the client to file with the court to show that they did actually make attempts to get the document served. Um, you have some communities that have they're gated communities where you have a security guard out front here in California. And so with most of the times when you go up to the security guard at the front gate, you just show them your process server ID and they'll let you in. There's no problem. Every now and then you might run into one that just won't let you in. So you might have to try a little trick, go to McDonald's, get a McDonald's Happy Meal bag or something, and come back and say you delivering food, and they'll probably let you in then. But some security guard companies, they will actually call the person to let them know you're coming, and then the person, lots of times, they ain't gonna come to the door. They ain't gonna come to the door. Every now and then I'll get a person that'll hire me to do a stakeout, where you get a hard to serve person who won't come to the door. So, they'll pay me to sit out front, like, on a surveillance, waiting for them to come, and then I'll try to serve them then. You know, that fee is $600, and that gets you 6 hours of surveillance. So, how much is that per hour? And I'll do 2 hours each day to try to serve the person. But I make sure they understand there's no guarantee that I'll get them, because sometimes people, they just won't show up. But there's been times before where they've paid me $600 and I get there, and in the first 30 minutes, the person comes out, and I come and I serve them. And it's quick and easy. Quick and easy. What's going on? Who's this? Yep. And so, that's basically how, what a process server does, how they do it. You just have to, get your license if you're depending on your state. Um, in my description, if you're on YouTube or if you're on TikTok, up there in my bio is a link where I'll give you a free copy of my ebook, How to Become a Process Server. And you can read that. It covers all the 50 states on what you got to do. And then if you want training on who to serve, and how to fill out the paperwork, there's a link in my bio or in the description below to my online process server training course. And you take the course, it's videos and written content. You're going to have to print out a whole bunch of documents, because process serving is documents. I mean, when you get this, what do you do with it? Where do you fill the paperwork at? There's so much you got to do. Um, which proof of service form do you fill out for a restraining order? Which proof of service form do you fill out for a small claims? There are all kinds of different forms that need to be completed based on what you serve. And so that's what I cover in my course as well. And if you got questions, once you're part of the course, you're part of my network, you just ask me a question on social media and I'll answer it. Simple, or but basically what I'm going to tell you is, did you research it to see what your specific, I'm California, some states are a little different. Research your specific law in your state to see what it is, because every state's going to have laws in reference to service of process. There are going to be laws about that, so you just got to have to research that on your own, figure that part out. But sometimes you need somebody to say, well, did you do this, did you do that? And so what we're going to do is we're going to try to get the dang phone to work so we can live stream from the phone, and then we'll take you with us when we go into the different locations. Or you'll be able to see us go up to the door and go to try to serve somebody. And you'll be able to see us go up to the door. California is kind of tricky when it comes to recording people without their permission. So I won't have the phone when I go to somebody's door. That just won't, because I don't want to get in any trouble with that. But I'll have it in the car pointing to the door, and you'll be able to see what I'm doing. And I'll talk to you about it when I come back out to the car. That says, hey, this is what happened. Because before COVID, when I was having in-person training, that part of the training was you rode along with me while we're out serving, and you had to be a process server to do it. So I'd have you serve the documents. So I was just like a field training officer, because when I was a police officer, I was a field training officer. So I'd actually have the recruits go out and do the work, and I would just critique it and things like that. So that's what we do there. So that's why I want to get the phone set up. We got a business call. Hold on, let's see if this is some money. This might be some money. Legal support services. How can I help you? Yes, we do. Can you tell me a little bit about it? And where are they located? And where's the judgment from? And have you made any attempts to collect on it? And then what was the reason why you received the judgment? What's it for? Okay. And so 2018, he defaulted on a promissory note, and you received a judgment against him. Now, did they show up to court, or was it default? Uh, and then do does a person work or have any assets or anything like that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. There's a possibility I might be interested in this case because of, he's going to have some assets with that house if he's able to get his hands on it. So if you could do me a favor, if you could send me an email and then include a copy of the judgment, and then put his information down there, his full name and address, phone number, and your contact info. And then what I'll do is I'll do a little preliminary work to see if it's even feasible for me to get involved, and then I'll reach back out to you. Yes, I do it on a contingency basis. Yes, it's normally 50% of whatever I collect. Hmm. Yes, 50% of whatever I collect. Okay, just put the information on the website and upload a copy of the documents. Bye bye. Okay, one of my businesses is I'm a private investigator. I collect judgments. So that person was calling about getting a judgment collected on somebody for $190,000, something like that. And so, that's one of my, because I have multiple streams of income that I get coming in, not just process service. Is that something in my beard? Oh, it's just little white hair. Yeah, little white hair. But yeah, we're gonna get off this live stream here in a few minutes. I'm gonna go serve these documents to Home River, California. I got two going to them and one going to Apartment Investment and Management. And then while I'm walking up, I'll be making marketing videos and going to serve the documents, fill out the proof of service. I mean the process server software paperwork. I'll fill that out on my computer. I mean on my phone. And then when I get back to the office, I'll do a proof of service form. So make sure if you're on TikTok, you follow me, or if you're on YouTube, you subscribe to my channel and click the bell to be notified, because you can watch me fill out paperwork. I'll show you the paperwork that I do, because this is what I do. So if you want to learn how to do what I do, click the link either above in my bio, or if you're on YouTube, it's down in the description. And then you can get a free ebook, How to Become a Process Server. If you want some online training, there'll be also a link to getting my process server training course. And then you can learn who to serve, how to fill out the paperwork, and I can show you what do you got to do to get your own process server clients, because that's the hardest part of the business. So do me a favor, make a comment where you're from, and then I'll do a little research to see what it takes to become a process server in that area. So have a good day.